And the Clemson transfer hands it off. There goes Damien Martinez. Down the sideline. Martinez. Touchdown. And coming in the last 8 as Martinez cuts it back through the line. Martinez breaks off another. Damien Martinez tripped up. Brought down. San Diego State try to pack that box, but the handoff to Martinez, and it nearly breaks free. Martinez still on his feet. Martinez again, and Martinez spins away from a Martinez gets it left side. Tons of space to run. Past midfield. 2nd and 5. Martinez gets it again. Slips the tackle. Pressure comes. They set up the screen. Martinez. Blockers in front. Martinez spinning.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Boy, I'm good, boy. Man, I like your little man cave right here, boy. It's pretty nice, man. Got a nice little man cave, boy.
You see back there with all them. What's going on, man? Well, you got it like I caught you off guard, boy. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see if we can rearrange us. See what we can put us at. What's going on, man? That was Damien Martinez, man. Is Damien Martinez, Oregon State running back. I mean, he's one of one of the larger transfer portal guys, maybe the top transfer portal guys on the market, other than Caden Proctor. But shit, Caden Proctor, I don't know what's going on there. It's like a saga. They might as well make that out of a Netflix special or something. What's going on, man? We got how many in here? 136?
Yeah, man, we got 136 rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? The transfer portal day 2 is still constantly consuming football players. I was looking at it today, just this portal, since it started for this year, 1,252 players have entered the portal, bro. This year? Yeah. Not just since yesterday. I'm talking about it started back in this year. Yeah. I don't want people understand. 1,252 players. That's how many are listed on the 247 site, dog.
How many? What's the percentage? Do they have a percentage of how many find homes?
Nah, I don't see all that. But, bro, as I say on my thumbnail, let's say don't get stuck. Bro, I just go tell people straight up, boy. Some cats entering this portal gonna be homeless, boy. They gonna be homeless. They're gonna be homeless. You know what I mean? And the thing about the portal that's funny, the top dogs are going to jump in, jump out. You know what I mean? They just have to go through the portal for the formality in the sense of, you know what? I got to go through this. So I'm in there for 2, 3 days, 4 days, and I'm gone. There's some cats right now. I'm trying to see who the longest non-signed dude is right now. The highest ranked cat in here just jumped in, the offensive tackle, Jason Zandamela from USC, Southern Cal, just jumped in. So he's ranked number 7 on this list. He's the highest one that has not signed to a school yet. Kamani Mlan is 2 ranked at 22. And we know he just jumped in yesterday. And then Damien Martinez is the 3rd highest ranked unsigned ranked at 34, which he just jumped in on 4.9. So, wow.
Kamani Mlan is number 2. So that means they're still holding a lot of weight on potential and who guys were coming out of high school, huh? And those rankings on that site you're looking at.
Yeah, this 247. So what I'm saying is, he's the number 2 unsigned, meaning like he hasn't found a home, of course, because he just jumped in. But what we're saying, all the other people in front of him and behind him have already enrolled in other schools already. And they're part of it. But Kamani is ranked number 22. And then, of course, the young man, the offensive tackle from USC is out. And then Damien Martinez is ranked number 3 at the 34th spot on this list. At Oregon State, excuse me. So, dog, there's some competition here, man.
So, yeah, we decided we'll jump on here because I got a few calls yesterday. I got a few people hit me up. Like, how does it work? Like, Street, man, how does the portal work? We know it's money out there, but I mean, like, is it gambling? You know what I'm saying? Should I have my child take a chance? You know what I'm saying? So I figure we can come in here and talk about it a little bit, Hayes, and give them some pointers or just talk about it a little bit, man, and what kids can expect. Because it is money out there, but yeah, there's also fishing, goddamn sea, and you don't always catch fish when you go fishing, do you?
Nah, and the fish you do catch, you can't eat them. I caught a carp one time. They're like, well, you might well throw that back. That's good for the fight. And tarpon. Tarpon are good for the fight. Yeah, you just take one of these scales off, and that's the trophy, man. So nah, you're right, man. You go fishing. Sometimes you don't catch anything. Sometimes you catch the wrong thing. But
right.
It's tough out here, man. 1,252 kids in the players, excuse me. Shout out to the host one in the portal as of right now. And bruh, yowzers. This is ugly right here, boy. This is ugly. And this is only day 2.
Let's see if we can find
been played. You got this Saturday coming up, the 20th. And after that spring game, there's another wave of kids that's going to enter because they didn't get maybe the playing time they thought, or the situation is not what they thought. And then on the 27th, that's the kind of the last wave of spring games being played, and they have until the 30th. So, you know, it's going to get ugly, man, and there's going to be a lot of shorties left out. And the biggest thing I'll say, Street, is do they think? Do they plan for this? That's the question. Mm-hmm. The big dog, it's always easy for the big dogs, right? We're talking about this dude. Let me see who to hire some of these cats that just jumped in the portal, right? Let me do it by latest. Bro, so many kids take forever to get to the top of the doggone list. All right, the latest kid just jumped in right now. The latest shorty just jumped in is Cooper Schultz, the tight end from Nevada. That's the latest one just jumped in. No stars. Where's he going?
Maybe he got pushed out, dog.
No, right. That's what I'm saying. Because there's some cats that jumped in December and still don't have a home. There's some dudes that jumped in December and still don't have a home. And that's crazy.
And at this point, you're not at the school anymore. Can they still just be going to class?
Yeah, they still on scholarship. They're just not part of the program, the football program. But they're still on it for their scholarship. They still have their scholarship. But yeah, no, you're not part of the program anymore.
So you still so you still on scholarship until you can just hold out. You can just graduate and go ahead
and live life. Be a citizen.
Walk up to the sunset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And be a citizen, bro. And so, you know, that's kind of what it is. But yeah, you know, and some guys, you know, they pride get in the way. And unfortunately, they don't want to go down. Right? Maybe they were recruited to a higher level and they were those guys who were on the fence. You know, the coaches were like, he could work out, couldn't. Maybe he's a project, this, that, and other, and realize this project ain't working well. So now you out of here. But then you saying to yourself, you know, that this is where your pride come in, right? How do I go from, you know, I'm trying to pick a school here. You know, most guys want to jump in the portal and go up. I'm trying to see a guy that jumped in the portal and went down. It's very rare. Let me see if I can find one. You can always find a linebacker. It's always a linebacker that's going to do this. They're not really what they thought they were in that sense. Bro, there's so many kids in here. There's so many shorties in this thing, boy.
I mean, and that's been since day one, Hayes. What's up?
No, I was just trying to say, you see a lot of kids that's going from G5 up, but you don't see those kids that are making that decision to go down just yet. Here's a perfect example. Ian Jackson. Oh my God, he's in the portal. So Ian Jackson, I remember breaking his film down. Ian Jackson, his mom was a big Auburn fan. The family was an Auburn fan. He signs to Alabama. He enrolled at what school do you think he left from Alabama to? I know it's a hard question, though. I'm just asking for fun. What school do you think Ian Jackson from Alabama? He was a signed linebacker from Alabama. He was a 4-star prospect coming out, the 8th best player in the state of Alabama, the 24th best linebacker in the nation coming out, going to Alabama. And now, what school do you think he's at? 6'2", 225 linebacker.
What school is he at now?
Yeah. Just say I don't know.
He left. I don't know. I have no clue. He left Alabama. I don't have no clue. Where he at?
University of Texas, San Antonio, the Roadrunners.
And he was at Alabama.
He was at Alabama, dog. He was the 8th best player in the state of Alabama. The 24th best linebacker in the country of that class. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the stuff right there what makes it hard for some of these shorties, man. Like I said, you go from being the man to being a man. And that's tough, man. And that's tough right there, man. But I remember Ian Jackson. I did his film, man. And so those are the kind of things when you look at these players, they got to make a decision. And some of these players get stuck because they wait so long because they think a bigger school is going to pick them up. And guess what? These smaller schools are filling up their rosters and filling up their scholarship slots. And before you know it, you know how you did when we play dominoes. Think long, you think wrong. And you out of there. And that's just what it is. At the end of the day, you think long, you think wrong. You know?
I feel it. No.
Shout out to Smooth. He said, yeah, UTSA is a solid program, but we're just talking about the level of program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually you see those guys work through there and go up. You know, it's kind of like going from the major league to the minors. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, that's kind of how you look at it. A Rose a Day. Shout out to a Rose a Day. She said LSU linebacker Denver Harris went to UTSA. Yeah, he was the one that was at Texas A&M, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I just say, like, you know, and I'm using him as an example, but you see this all the time, though, Street. Man, that's where the problem lies, bro. There's so many players in this thing, man. It's crazy right here, boy. But anyway, what's going on with you, man? I know you got your ear to the street when it comes to these transfers. I know we saw a couple of guys leave, especially from the crib. We'll be talking about it on the Canes Talk Live show at 8:30 tonight. But when I look at it, as I look across here, and the funny thing, if you press refresh, you'll see two more faces just pop up. That's
how fast they jumping in?
Bro, that's how fast they 247 processing them. I just put it like that. Bro.
No, man. I know these kids, they just jump in, man. And I just want to tell them, before they think about jumping, right? Before you think about money and feeding your mom, I know it could be rough at home for some of y'all, or you might be uncomfortable. You gotta have a clue, a feel of the market or what's going on out there. Now, you can't do it. Colleges can't talk to you, yada yada yada. But you gotta figure out a way for somebody to put feelers out there. You got coaches, trainers, man. You got all of these guys out there.
You got the street agent.
Street agents, yeah. They was all there when you was in high school. Where they at now? Huh?
Back then, you didn't know me. Now I'm not hot. You ain't on me. You know what I'm saying?
Talk them people, man, and tell them to, hey, man, put some fillers out there to see who will want who, because you don't want to just jump in the thing blind. Because you got to understand, when you jump in, now you just showed your hand to your current school. They could have been, your current school could be playing around with you. You're in the rotation, man. You don't like how many snaps you get, and they could be thinking of something totally new for you the next year, right? You out the blue, you jump in the pool, and they're like, "Oh, he ain't even rocking with us like that." You know what I'm saying? So if it's something you're gonna do, man, if I was you, I would try to figure out a way to like understand like who really wants you, and don't think because the school wanted you on your way out of high school that the same school still gonna want. Man, these coaches done changes, these ADs done changed, the uniforms done changed, man, everything done changed since they was recruiting you. They probably done forgot what lies they told you the first time.
Right? They're like, damn, I gotta go check my notes.
I'm
Dude, I
saying?
gotta check my note. Let me see what I told him he would wear number 1 on jersey. Get his mama a job. Did we put a house in on that one? Did we put a house in? No, a condo. Okay, condo. Let's change that to townhouse.
Man,
Like
that's
that's how that foolishness go. And here's what the biggest problem is: these players have to look in the mirror and ask themselves the tough question: who am I? Meaning, who are you in this game? And I think that's a legit question. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, you doubt me." You know, me versus everybody. And no, dog, these numbers starting to tell, and I get it. You always want to bet on you, but eventually you got to stop being the 40-year-old rapper, dog, selling tapes out to Trump. Yeah, you might hit. I get it. But eventually life goes on. The sun will rise every morning. That is the inevitable. And what you have to come to a conclusion. Do you want to conclude your college football career? You don't have to. That's one thing I will say. There's enough football out here for everybody. The problem is it's not enough logos out here for everybody. People want to get caught up on the logo. Sometimes it's good being a big fish in a small pond, you know. But, bro, if I'm Jalen Montgomery,
sometimes it's good being a big fish in a little pond. It's always, I think, good being a big fish in a little pond because it's all about opportunity. I talk about the 2 recruitments all the time. You got the recruitment in high school that goes down on Instagram where you're putting up all these offers and you're committing on Instagram. And then when you walk in the locker room, 2 different, now you're in the locker room and Sam Bailey and G Moss, who was supposed to be going to the league, you realize that they still, their locker's still there. And them boys coming back for a 5th year. Coach done told you they was out of there.
Oh, yeah. And it happened quick, dog. Listen, your locker get cleaned out quick. But, hey, they get the IT people, and they knock your name off the roster and everything.
No, what I'm saying is the second recruitment is your opportunity when you walk actually into the school. And when you get there, you want an opportunity. When you get there, you want an opportunity. Not saying waiting on the depth chart is a horrible thing, but the bottom line is I think it's about opportunity. It's about having a chance to show what you can do. Either you're gonna stand up or fail. The worst thing you can do is get buried on the depth chart, knowing that you can make it happen. Knowing that you can make it happen, and you buried on the depth chart. Coach done brought in a new OC. New OC don't like your game. Shout out to Shad with the 199, man. What's Shad talking about, man?
He said, "What about being a little fish in a pothole? Well, as long as you swimming, you living." That's one thing I can tell you, dog. Right? You might be at a Division III, NAIA. You have to ask yourself, what do you want out of your college career? Do you want to play ball? Do you want somebody to pay for it and graduate? I get it, bro. I get where you're coming from. I mean, I know he's being funny, but it's a lot of kids. Bro, I'm looking at a kid right now from Middle Tennessee State. He a running back. I don't know his stuff. He got 0 star. It's a NA, right? So when these GAs are scouring over this stuff, look at this. He's 5'9", 172 pounds. He has 0 what you call it, bro?
What?
0 stars, right? He's been at Middle Tennessee, Cardinal Newman School. That's his high school. He's been at Middle Tennessee from 2020 to 2024. So he's been there the entire time, right? We're just using this guy for an example, right? If you don't mind, let me just pull him up. I just want to see. So here's what's perfect. These are his college stats. Middle Tennessee is a freshman, didn't play at all. That's his red shirt. 2021, he played in 2 games. He had 7 carries for 19 yards. 2022, 3 carries for 10 yards. In 2023, 5 carries for 15 yards. And dog, that's the same team that beat us. He was on that team. And he ain't getting no carry. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is this is a gentleman that has to look at himself in the mirror and say, what am I trying to accomplish with this last year that I have? What am I trying to accomplish in my college career? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like, matter of fact, the only game he played in 2022, he got 3 carries against Tennessee State. for 10 yards. So, unfortunately for him, that he might be an NAIA guy, and that's okay. As long as they're paying for it, your education free, maximize it, bro. But right now, who's going to take a chance on you? What, you have nobody to work, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
He got 15 carries in 4 years for 44 yards.
You coach college, Hayes, right? You coach college, right?
Mm-hmm.
How often is there a kid? How often is there a kid on the roster, right, that can really play, but for some reason can't climb the depth chart, right? And his years are just swizzling away for whatever reason. Coaches done change. Like, does that happen often?
A lot. And I'm gonna tell you the biggest culprit behind it. It's usually a personality conflict. It becomes a pissing contest.
Explain.
It's usually this coach doesn't like you because of your demeanor. They don't like you because of whatever. I'll leave these people nameless, but I remember there was a young man and the coach was like,
Name names. We won't name, fool. This Hayes Street. Same motherfucking Sesame Street.
Nene Leaks and Cardi. So coaching, and he kept saying, man, I just don't like that kid. Now, I thought he was a great kid, but he was very quiet. He was reserved, but he could play. He could run. He could do those things. And he would always say, you kind of throw your feelers out there, right? When you're in the charge, you're like, yeah, Street, man, he could really run well, man. I think he can, he can really carry out this blitz pattern for us. And you kind of lobbying for this kid. Right. Just about him, coach, I don't trust him. But can't never say what it is. And I'm like, okay. I see that all the time. Coaches think players are stupid. They can't learn the playbook. Like
they stupid. Like they're not sure they stupid. They're not sure. They think.
Well, they'll say he can't learn the playbook. To me, that's a cop-out from a coach's perspective. Can he play? There's some kids that just can't play. There's some kids that are not as good as you thought they were. There's some kids that's there that maybe shouldn't be there. They were on the fence kids. And then there's some kids that, just whatever. But, bro, I mean, it happens quite a bit, bro. Quite a bit.
Man, what's wrong with Chad, man?
For the $9.99, he says at some point, some of these guys have to realize it's to become an electrician or an HVAC technician.
Man.
At least with that, you can turn your mama lights on and the AC pumping in the street.
This man paid $9.99 to say that, man.
Shad. Excuse me, Street. I know that we in your man cave right now. But Shad, you see that back corner? You see that back corner over there by that?
No.
We'll stand in that back corner. Matter of fact, you don't got 5 minutes. You got 10 minutes, dog. 10 minutes to think about what you just said.
Oh my God.
You got 10 minutes to think about what you said. But you'll see it. You see it all the time, man. You see coaches have it out for a kid. Maybe that one time, kid having a bad day in practice, he snapped back at coach. Coach riding him hard. You know what I'm saying? No diddy. But he like, man, da-da-da. He like, damn, coach. And then now the coach finding disrespectful. I'll tell you a quick story about that.
Talk to me.
If you're from the crib, we know we're from the crib. We're not a yes sir, no sir culture, right?
Right.
When I used to coach camps and stuff across the country, you as a kid, hey man, do you understand? Yes, coach. No, coach. Yes, sir. No, sir. So from the crib, it's more like, yeah, I got you, coach. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. That boy got me on center stage. God dang.
Tell the story. I'm trying to spin this back there. Go ahead.
So I remember being in this meeting, and he was up there on the film. He's showing them on the film, and the shorty say, "Yeah, coach," like that, like "Yeah, coach." Man, this dude turned around. It ain't no "yeah, coach." It's "yes, coach" or "no, coach." I mean, he ripping this dude, dog. Blah, 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 blah. And the jit is kind of like lost. He's looking like what I did wrong. Why you and then eventually buck up at him, right? You gonna take me so much. He let the first couple go. But what that coach didn't understand and realize is that culturally, that's just, we don't say, yeah, coach, no coach.
Right.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
He flipped on the kid.
Hey, bro, I'm talking about veins popping out the neck. But again, right, he may have had some built up stuff, man. Maybe a wife ain't cooking that when he get home or whatever. I don't know, bro. But he hot and he just snapped on him. But instead of making that a teachable moment, hey, listen, bro, street, listen, this is why we say yes, sir, no, sir. Because when you get prepared to go to the next level, it's just a respect factor. Now you taught him something, right? But we know culturally that's not our thing down there. We don't say yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, coach. No, man, coach, I got you, coach. But boy, when I went out to go coach at other colleges, every kid, you got it? Yes, coach. Poor little Timmy be up there. Thanks, coach. Man, listen, kids would come up out there and shake your hand. Coach, thank you for teaching me today. I appreciate it. Shake your hand. I'll be looking like, no problem, Timmy.
You can't even get that from parents.
Trying to tell you, boy, you be up in there, they go up there, they shake your hand. Thanks, coach. I appreciate it. You know, that kind of stuff. So I said all that to say these type of things happen all the time. And when you're in those rooms, certain things are said. Sometimes coaches might be testing you and you don't respond the way they want. Well, you fall out of favor. So that's what it is. Man.
Just like that.
Just like that, bro. Because they don't see value in you anymore. They don't see the value because they know they got another kid coming in. You haven't shown them enough right then. In my opinion, you haven't shown them enough right then to say, okay, he's worth working with. And that's when I tell you, there are times when they make it so uncomfortable, you just want to leave, dog. Because you know the old saying is, I'd rather go where I'm appreciated and not tolerated. And that's what happens.
Right.
And that's what happens.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Chat crazy, man. Shout out to my cousin, man. Got my cousin Terrell Torrance in the chat, man. Nickname Bobo, man. Shout out to my cousin Bobo in the chat, man. Yeah, man. Chiming in, man.
Yeah. And honestly, Shad, I know he being funny, but he being for real. At some point, dog, you better learn how to do something. Use a screwdriver. Because, hey, and I always tell kids, I don't always say, I hate the plan B thing. I get it. Always, because they, in their minds, they feel like you have failed, right? Like if you say, well, what's your plan B? Bro, where you at, dog? I feel like I'm by myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm lonely, dog. Where you at? Right. No deal.
Hey, man, I think man, you tripping, man. It was scary. You the scary nigga in the scary house. Don't want to walk up front.
I just feeling lonely. I was like, what? Talking to myself.
You the scary nigga in the scary house. Don't want to walk up front. Oh, scary ass nigga.
Oh, man, I just thought, dog, I'm like, I hear voices. Is that you, Jesus? But anyway, on a serious note, but like, you see that stuff all the time, bro. And when they don't want you, dog. Straight up.
And that's what fans don't understand. They're gonna twist it and to make the fans think whatever they want to think. But yeah, man, like when you get on the wrong side, man, you're on the wrong side. And I know fans don't want to believe it because they always hit you with the, nah, man, coach gonna do what he got to do to win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of different things and that are going on in the locker room. Yeah, this kid may be the baller, the 5-star baller, but he also grew up in the game. And now he can't get it, and he don't know how to separate the two. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So he got red bandanas tied to his motherfucking locker. Just waiting for a crip to walk in the locker room, and you're like, bro.
He in the yay.
So you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, homie, what's that you claim? I claim linebackers, homie. I claim linebackers.
Right. So it's a lot of, now I get it. The coach is a lot of different things that can affect the locker room. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of games getting played, man. And at the end of the day, like 5 years ago, I stopped blaming the kids. I blame the adults. I blame the leaders in the room. I'm not blaming kids. I don't give a fuck how much Kamani Mlan has done. Either you get them to follow the rules or you get them gone. Don't don't keep putting. Yeah, I ain't even gonna say no names, but yeah, don't keep throwing the quarterback out there if he fail it. You know what I'm saying? You're like you ain't got no fix for it. I blame the adults. It's not the quarterback's fault. It's the adults' fault for not fixing it, especially after you see it over and over again. So even when it comes to this, man, I've stopped blaming the kids a long time ago. I realized it's the adults.
Yes, a lot of that happens, man. And I will say this to your point. As I don't blame an adult as long as they have exhausted all avenues, right? Because you are the adult for some people who go into these people's house and tell their parents, I'm going to take care of your baby. He going to leave a boy and come back a man, right? That's the pitch, right? And that's fine. Now, in the words of my dog, Trick Daddy Dollars, let's face it, everybody ain't going to make it. And I get it. But I can't say that with a clean conscience if I haven't given him everything I have. If I haven't exhausted all avenues, then that I can't have a clear conscience in saying that. There's some kids I had to let go too, but I know I've done everything I could, bro. And there's nothing else I can do. So now I got to cut the arm off to save the body. I get that. But if I have never tried to treat the wound, fix it, and all of that kind of stuff, and I just go cut the arm off, dang, I could have saved my arm, bro. You know, it's just like the medical field. They do everything they can to save it before they have to get rid of it. And that's just what it is. Before it kills you, they'll do all they can to save it. And so that's just what it is. It's the same concept. Some kids, you just can't. They got too much street in them. They got too much that in them. Maybe they fall out of love with the game, whatever it is. But as long as you as a coach have done everything you can to get them to that level and fulfill the promises that you did, then I have no problems with the coach. Now that's on the kid. And guess what? It is what it is. But after that, man, yeah, but these people out here fussing these kids out and stuff because a kid leave, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy.
So speaking of transfer portal, you know Kamani Mlan jumped in. You say he's the number 2 kid. Last night, Kamani Mlan found himself in a space with some Colorado fans. And I want y'all in the comment section to explain. Could y'all explain to me if they're trying to help him or if they're trying to hurt him or if they just don't really know what to say? Because I was kind of confused at the energy. But Kamani he's always kind of laid back type kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one time we went viral in high school. It was him versus the kid that went to Louisville. They were guarding each other at 7-on-7. We went viral. The video went crazy. And I hit him up and sent him a little something. You'll never get nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's what's up. That's all you ever get from him. But here's Kamani Mlan inside of a space with some guys.
300 is all out of people.
But you got it fucked up.
That's
Fuck
mama.
You ain't got no fucking
Your mama said
you
something.
just start talking. Go ahead, man.
That was him.
He just started talking. My bad. Go ahead.
Out of 300 people in the world, they got killed.
You don't give a fuck. That's the problem right there.
All right, see, look at that. Boom. If he don't give a fuck, then we don't give a fuck. See, boom. Just like that. No problem.
Bro, we had high hopes for you, my nigga. Like, hey, no, on some real shit, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this, fool. Bro. On some real shit, no troll shit, fool. You 20 years old, bro. I got partners that didn't make it to C20. You don't give a fuck, nigga. Your mama give a fuck, fool. I don't know what you on. You think you bigger than the program? You think you bigger than the world? I get that. It's probably shit that did play a factor in that, nigga. I can't take that away. But for you to say you don't give a fuck now, niggas care about you, fool. You got 300 some people in here. Nigga, you letting everybody else down. But most importantly, letting your mama down. Nigga, she got on and felt some type of way about this shit going on. So you better tighten up, fool. I'm telling you.
Hey, bro.
Say what?
Yeah,
Shout out my nigga Whoa.
300. Hey, bro.
Say what?
Yeah, in December, your mama. Y'all boys taking this a little too personal.
Yeah,
Straight up.
Yeah.
He said y'all taking it a little too personal.
G, you taking this shit a little too unserious, nigga.
Me
Niggas
saying
don't
I
get in
don't
your
care, not
position.
saying about my future. I'm saying about what y'all gotta say.
Right.
Oh, all this bullshit. Yeah, you're not supposed to care about this. But I knew if you didn't care, you wouldn't be. But I know you care. But listen, Monty, I know you care because you're here talking to me.
Nah, bro, my dog just saying listen to y'all, bro.
You said they told you to listen?
I said my dog just sitting here listening to y'all, letting y'all boys chat.
Bro, you had the future in your hands, my nigga. Why would you
Still got it in his hand.
Bro, y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
I see this, bro. Hey, money, I'm not gonna lie to you, my boy. You might think we don't, but we know, nigga. We know.
Y'all don't know, bro.
We know, bro. Like, come on, bro. You had the future in your hands.
Hey, bro.
He said you had the future in your hands. Like, nah, I can't. You could tell that they want to help him, because a lot of times when you're confronted by the person, right? If you ain't got your nuts right, you know what I'm saying? Or if you ain't no pause, but a lot of times your tone change when you're confronted with the person. But I think what he's saying is y'all do take it a lot personal. Y'all don't know. It's probably way too much for him to explain what really happened. And he a young kid trying to figure it out.
Right.
Y'all think he got the world given to him, but to him, he may be looking at it like all they do is promote their kids, and he don't care about his kids. Travis Hunter out doing his own, and he maybe can't figure it out in his head. You know what I'm saying? Like where his space is, because when he got there, maybe Deion didn't hold his hand. Sometimes people give you an opportunity, right? They send you sometimes people send you a plate and be like, "Dog, eat." Nah, I don't gave you a plate. Just eat. And you like, man, but there ain't no fork, man, no spoon, man. Like, come on, bro. You ain't even, no, dog. Like, I gave you a plate. I gave you a platform. Figure it out. And some kids, you know what I'm saying, they still leaning on what you said in their front room. What you told their mama.
Yo, you know what, Street? There's a couple things in there, right? Here's what I'll say. First of all, my personal opinion, he could have been listening to his homeboy, but he didn't have to say anything, right? Fine. Okay.
Right.
Second thing is, people can hide behind these Twitter spaces. Their face is not exposed, right? This, that, and the third. They could be any avatar they want to be. They could change their name. They could come in here. Right. They could come here and make a fake page of me, act like it's me in the Twitter space, say something quick, get out, blah, 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 whatever. Third thing is, you got dudes that's trying to show out on Twitter. They want to say they want to be the funny guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, ninja F you, man, blah, 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 blah. And then there's a guy who I heard talking to him who made a lot of sense. But here's what an issue becomes. Does he have all the information?
Right.
So what he was trying to do was be helpful to Kamani and talk to him like an OG.
Right.
But the reason maybe Kamani's not receptive to it, because the information you're trying to pass on to him doesn't fit in the puzzle which Kamani knows. I don't know. And I think that's where the disconnect is. I get it. OG was trying to help him. He was saying, look, dog, you don't care. Your mama care. You this care. That care. So he was giving legit information. The problem is, was that information relevant to the situation? And like Kamani said, y'all don't know everything. None of us know except whoever in them rooms. And then here's the very last piece of it. A lot of people listen to all these other people, YouTubers, including myself or whatever, try to gather information, piece it together, and think they have an idea of what's going on. And can I tell you this? None of us truly do. Because you heard something from a dude that you think cousin, mama, uncle, sister work at Colorado in the cafeteria, told you something, and you rule with that to be the truth, because a lot of people want to be first and not right. A lot of people want to put it out there. Man, I heard everything about this kid, the mama this, the grades that, the dude don't want to work, he missed me. All of that may very well be true, but we don't know. And I'm not making excuses for him. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, none of this is our business, Street. That's his business. That's his business. That's all I'm saying. And that's where my issue with the whole thing is. And like I say, everybody want to be a cyber thug. Everybody want to, 140 character me to death about stuff, but you have no idea. And here's the last thing I'll say. In the words of my man Young Thug, you don't know what it took for me to, live this here lifestyle. They talking about it was given to you. You had this. Yeah, but when it was given to you, what was required of you? See, that's what a lot of people don't know either. Just because somebody give you something, what's required of you? That's tough too. So it's a lot of question marks in this scenario. We just don't know what it is. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it always is, unless you know the source, unless you're talking to the source, like unless you know the person. You know what I'm saying? And rarely do they know the person. A lot of times people have like half the story, some of the story, but to talk to him like to talk to him like you know everything was hunky-dory. Well, we know he had an opportunity. We know that on the field and off the field because of what was going on in Colorado. But we don't know. Yeah, we don't know the ins and outs of everything that went into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He could have been promised. He could have been promised NIL 300,000 NIL money and got 100. Now it could be anything. And now he's frustrated. He think they tried me because you know you from Florida, boy. You know you trying me, man. But they get you gassed up and knocked out of any situation. But you trying me, man.
Yeah.
And
when he came on, you know, like I said, he a shorty, man. I don't know if he said it's 300 people in here, and I don't care. I don't know if that's what I couldn't really hear.
Yeah, he said basically y'all just 300 people in the world is what he was saying, man. Y'all, it shows some maturity to me because I've known Kamani for a while. You know what I'm saying? It shows that he does understand that this is 300 people talking about me. It ain't the end of the world.
Right. Yeah. Right. And so it's 300 people. But again, right. This is back to what I was saying yesterday. These are the bullets. These guys have the gun. Don't give them the bullets, though. Right? And that's what I think all of us, anybody that's going to be in the public limelight, don't give them the bullets unless you mind getting shot at. Right? If you like being shot at, then give them the bullets. That's all I'm saying. We're speaking figuratively here, y'all. But y'all run back and talking about, Coach, hey, he's talking about shooting some money. So don't fuel the fire in that sense. You know, I don't know what the whole context of that is. I told you I'm big on context. I don't know what the entire conversation was like. I don't know. I guess it wasn't recorded, whatever the case may be. But I mean, you know, and y'all don't know what these shorties go, man. I'm telling you, this stuff happened overnight for these kids, boy. This stuff happened overnight for these kids.
Right.
Coaches calling you nonstop. You got to get this number, that number. You got to change your number because all these coaches keep calling you, people coming after you. Street agents trying to find you. All of that stuff happened overnight. And then now you talking about NIL and you a top prospect, so now money involved. So now everybody got their hand out. Everybody got a business plan. But let me hold 10 grand, but I'm finna open a car wash, boy. In the desert. You know what I'm saying? And then again, how does a 17-year-old say no? Can he tell his kid? Because here, I'm gonna just tell you this too now. There's some mamas out there, there's some family members out there that are stressful to their kids, bro.
The fucking worst.
The closest family member, the mama, the daddy, the auntie that raised
the
them.
worst.
They feel like you are obligated to take your money and pay me because I took care of you. Like,
right.
What?
And don't understand money. Like, right. Yeah, I had to have a conversation with my family and thank God they understood it. It was kind of like, hey, listen, as long as I keep giving you money, right, I'll never be able to give you enough. And I was like, oh, Lord, this finna start a world war. You know what I'm saying? But they actually understood what I was saying. Like, as long as somebody keep giving you money every time you say, man, let me get $50, man, let me get $50, let me get $100. As long as somebody keep giving it to you and you don't understand money, you'll never be able to give them enough because whatever they're doing with that money is just coming in and it's going. So, and they're going to be back where they are thinking about, he got it. Right.
And it's hard to tell your mama no. How do you tell your mama no when guess what? In your mind, especially, let's call it what it is. You've been the man of the house the whole time, right? You've been the only male figure, steady male figure in that home. And I'm here to stereotype. We're just talking about what it is. And now you do have cash, and you see the old girl don't have two nickels to rub together.
Right.
Like, it's hard to tell them no. Why you see the NFL dudes go through that problem, man? Think about it. You go from being broke to rich overnight. That money, bro, that money go in your deposit when you get up there and sign. Boom.
And how do you, like, if you grew up impoverished and nobody in your family never seen $20,000 at one time, and now you got $2 million. It's something in you that want them to be happy. To be honest with you, you're gonna have to get over that first. It's something in you that want to give to them and make them happy, and then you realize that, oh shit, I done gave away $300,000, and nobody ain't happy.
No.
LeBron said when he was able to tell his mama no, it's the day that he became free.
That's right. And that's hard conversation, dog. That's all. Think about it. This lady took care of you. This lady did pay for you when you wanted the new Jordans. She found a way to make it happen. When you did, like, it's hard to tell her no. Yeah, she had food in the house. Y'all stayed in there. Y'all may have struggled a little bit. This, that, and the third. She the one took you to practice, picked you up. She the one protected you maybe from an abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to tell them no. It is. Shaylo, what's up? I ain't seen you in a minute. But I'll just say this real quick to you, Street. You know, those are the conversations, like you say, that they have to have. I don't know these people's parents. I'm not saying whatever the case may be. But that's where we talk about the education and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you're only going to apply that education if you see fit, right? And this is what I tell people about money. I'm starving today, dog. I'm starving today. I can't wait 30 days for the feast of my lifetime, unlimited food. This hamburger, I need it today because I may not make it. You know what I mean? And that's how I talk about it all the time. I talk about the mountain lion. He willing to fall down the side of this mountain for this one goat because another goat may not pass it for another 30 days, and I'm not gonna make it, bro. So I'm willing to break my back trying to get this one meal. And that's just what it is, man. And that's crazy, and that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, that's the reality of it.
It is. Yeah. No, it is. It is. But I mean, with LeBron and his mom, I'm sure his mom had everything that she can. I'm sure she had everything. And I guess when he got to a point where he was like, man, I gotta stop this at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I can't just be in debt to my mama for the rest of my life. She got a house, she got a car, she got it, she's sitting on that, this in her bank account. Yeah, and he said he had to stop it.
And luckily for him, he had a large sum of money.
Right.
But imagine if he was a kid that, was mediocre, they would have ran through that. And here's a very interesting question would have found out. I wonder how much money he spent before he said no. That would be interesting. If you could kind of like pull a ratio, you know what I'm saying? Right. So you can equate it. That would be great. We got a dono up there, man. A big boy up there, man. Talk to us, Street.
Well, we got
a
big boy.
50 piece. Throw that thing up there, man. That my boy Laugh Out Loud 305. Hold that 305 up.
Hold up, man.
You over there looking at Bitcoin, boy. We got Bitcoin right here on the screen.
Oh.
Shout out to Laugh Out Loud 305 for the 50. Why aren't more adults pushing those good enough to play but not good enough kids towards Ivy League? Highly selective institutions with the football team. They can use football to network into highly competitive internships with these schools. Would you like to go first or me, Street?
Why aren't more of those pushing these good enough to play but not good enough kids towards Ivy League? Highly selective institution with a football team. Ivy League. Is Stanford considered Ivy League? Or are we talking about Yale, Harvard?
No, you're talking about Yale, Harvard.
The closest I saw to this was Cedric Irvin pushing his kid to Stanford. And his reasoning was big fish, little pond, great academic school, yada, yada, yada. but your child has to be susceptible to this idea.
That's right.
You got a kid coming out of school. He could play ball. He has dreamed of playing at Ohio State. How you gonna get him to go to Yale? Like, what's the plan?
And I was gonna say, to your point, somebody said Barry Sanders, but let's look at the people we're talking about. I'm just assuming financially they're okay, right? They don't need that payday, right? Right. Cedric Irvin went to Michigan State. You see what I'm saying? Barry Sanders, right. Oklahoma State. Now that they know better, they do better. And to your point, LOL, and to your point, LOL, a lot of these parents don't know better. So that, and here's the deal. When was the last time, in their mind, when is the last time you saw a kid from Yale get drafted? That's not big to them. That don't come across the ticker, right? That Yale ain't playing on TV like that. Huh? So that's what it is. So you get caught up in the logo and not the situation. That's why so many kids jump. A lot of these kids are in the portal because they actually were at the wrong school originally. If they really did their due diligence, not the school, if they looked in the mirror and know who they were as a player and really evaluated their skill set, don't think about the logo, but think about the situation. A lot of them wouldn't be in this situation. A lot of them were over recruited, hoping they would pan out. See, so you became an experiment to them. And if it worked out, great. I'm not saying, hey, it's great.
Right.
It's great. And that's just what it is. And we see that all the time, bro. LOL, thank you for the 50 spot, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate that so much. But to your point, and here's another thing. Let's call a spade a spade. I'll even do you one better, 305. Just call you 305, you don't mind. How about when you go to the school? Why don't we major in real majors, dog? You ain't got to go to Harvard or Yale.
We're saying that like matter of fact.
No, how many times you hear athlete of the week, D. Streeter, general studies, 4th year general studies student. So all I'm saying is, I'm just saying, I don't knock things, but how about you major in something you can work with? That's all I'm saying.
True.
There's some good schools out there. I mean, Michigan is a good academic program. Miami, there are a lot. Can I say this? All undergraduate programs are good, bro. Let's call it what it is, though. Most of us are not working in the field in which we got our degrees in, the majority of us. You don't start specializing until you start getting up there in the educational level. You don't start specializing until you get into, the master's, medical field, law, that kind of stuff. I tell people this all the time. Remember, I worked in college and career street. You know what college degree tells people? You know what it tells people, though? An undergrad degree?
You disciplined. You can be on time. You can get work done. You know what I'm saying? That you worked in a structure. You can begin a lesson and finish a lesson. All that stuff.
And all of that equates to you can be trained at a high level. That's it. Because here's the funny thing. That's all. Everything you said is 100% right. But if you put it in one thing, you can be trained at a high level. Because here's the funny thing about it. I go to school for 4 years. What's the first thing they do when I get a job? Any job in America. I don't care what it is. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get that job? They're going to train me.
That's why you might as well make up your resume.
They're going to train me.
Well, you might
Listen, I just went to school and I graduated and I got this job. Got my nice tie on. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good. How are you? Yeah. Went to Hampton. Good. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, good. You went where? UGA. Okay. You were valedictorian. Good. Now we sitting at the same training. I ain't valedictorian. We sitting at the same training. So at the end of the day, that's what undergrad. Now, when you start getting to specifics of whatever and majors and things, But your undergrad is so many people working outside of the field in which they have their BS degree in or their BA degree.
Right.
And that's just what it is. Because any day you still got to get trained. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's just what it is. That's what it is.
So listen, we almost at 1,000, man. Shout out. We got 900 in here. Hit the like button, man. If you're watching on Twitter, man, if you're on YouTube, go ahead, subscribe. It's free. You ain't gonna hit your bank account. You know what I'm saying? It's free. Go and subscribe on both sides, on Hayes' side and my side. Hayes, man, let's get up out of here, bro. I got an on see high, bro. I got one for you, though.
I think both of us in the same boat because my dog, I saw it. I ain't gonna lie, I saw it, so I'm gonna let you ride with it. I think both of us are gonna be I don't see highs. But anyhow,
you know what it is.
I saw the glimpse of it, but I think because of what I do, I got that thing at least 50 times today. I think I've been I've been DM, tweeted, text, email all day today.
Let's ride, man. I don't know what's going on out here in this world today, dog.
I don't want it.
Oh my God. I told your dumb ass out, not those dumb ass glass off your face.
And do I look like I care?
What's wrong with you? What you gonna do? Still sit in that chair? You use a bitch. My granny, nigga, stop playing with me. Bitch ass. Ain't nobody ever come and you just got slapped. Bitch, go back to teaching. Yo, soft ass. Oh! Bitch ass.
You think that affected me any?
Let me hit you again. Let me hit you again.
I don't want it.
You want me to hit you again?
I don't want
Let
it.
me hit you again.
My God.
Stop playing with me. I told your dumb ass out, not those dumb ass glass off your face.
And do I look like I care?
What's wrong with you? What you gonna do? Still sit in that chair? You use a bitch. My granny, nigga, stop playing with me.
Bro. First of all, I don't know. Is that a male? That's a man or a female? I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell by the voice. These kids be showing off in these classes like that's not a felony. Like it's not. It ain't what the teacher gonna do to you.
It's not. To them, they'll do 21 days in the juvie. They'll look at them as a minor, right? Guess what? I was working at a school, bro. Teacher put a young lady out. The class, they were taking the test. End of the day, she come back, knock on the door. You know that the classroom got the little small windows, the little, you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
So he opened the door. When he stepped out, dog, buddy come around the corner and give him one. Bam! Broke his orbital bone, everything, man. Knocked his teeth out and broke his jaw off that one hit. Now, they took Buddy to jail. They took Buddy to jail, but he was an amateur boxer, dog. But guess what? This man, lazy in the mud, his teeth messed up. And the school boy, like dog. Here's what I'll tell you. That's my last day at work, dog.
Straight up.
No, for real. That's my last day. First of all, that's my last day at work. Because what I'm gonna do is lay across that floor and start convulsing. See, the young Hayes would have tore that jit up. The old Hayes finna get paid. I've learned how to push my pride to the side. My first reaction might have been to jump at him. Then I caught myself and then fell out on the floor. And that would have been Hayes High School.
There it is right there. Now they charging him. That happened here in North Carolina.
Yeah, they charging him. But what I'm saying, that's also because social media made it a big deal. You know how many teachers get assaulted today? That's because that went viral. That went viral. That's the only reason he being charged, because that went viral. I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't have been charged. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. What are you saying? Like, he's a minor, he can commit a felony? Like,
no, maybe I misunderstood. I'm not saying because that happened, because it went viral, why he's getting charged. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, it's because it's going viral, now it's getting national attention, that kind of stuff, they'll pick it up. Now it's more pressure on the DA office to put more, you know what I mean? But most of them kids, they get 21 days in juvie. Like, they you know, in a judge.
You see that happen often?
Bro, bro.
I'm talking about in your school. I'm talking about in your school. I know if we put the whole United States together. Okay, all right. Because, bro, listen, you scared me for a minute there. Like, lean on me and some shit going on.
I'll say this. I know someone that got assaulted by a student, right? They slapped their arm down. They slapped back at them like this. Kid began to whoop their behind, end up having to get stitches over their eye, and they got fired from the school board.
Yeah, I hope y'all don't think the school board got y'all back anymore.
No, sir. But I'm just saying.
I hope y'all don't think that.
I'm just telling you that. So here's what I'll tell you, and I want you to play that clip. I got it in the back channel back there. This is super interesting. It goes with what we're talking about. But before you play it, I'm just simply saying that kind of stuff right there. Cole Hayes ain't working no more. I'm straight YouTubing, boy. I'm set for life. I don't even need no more super chats. Huh? We gonna all super chats go to the Hayes Foundation. Yeah, just throw this out. Yeah, I'm the same thing. I got Zoom 8:30, but play that for me because it all makes sense. And it's show what she says right here is huge right here. If you play that for me, Street, then we out of here.
Let's see. Where did it go? Julia Hare?
Yep. I want y'all to listen to what she said.
Let's see.
Because this is actually what she's talking about is exactly what's happening today in the school system, bro. Then we'll go ahead and cut it after that because I got to get ready for.
To have the covenant, and this is the best part about action plan. We claim the minds of our children. They went into the black homes now, the powers that be, and told us that you cannot discipline your children anymore. And if you discipline your children, you were going to jail. It's this kind of thing they told us. Then they went into the public schools and took discipline out of there. So when we acted up in there, they put our boys, our black men, into something called special ed classes. And as you know, those special ed classes are nothing but holding cells until they can go to the state prison.
What's this, Scooter?
I've seen it before.
But this is what they did. And then, the one thing that they knew, that if we can put them in prison, if we can have them convicted for a felony, then once they get out of prison, they cannot get a job because of that. They cannot get the job. And then if they happen to eke out and find a job, then they have to pay taxes on a job, yet they cannot vote, and I call that taxation without representation. That's what we're looking at. And if one of the things that we would learn to do, they did a grand thing when they took that discipline away from us, because when they made our parents afraid to discipline the children, then what happened? We found out that the teachers were afraid of the principals were scared of the superintendent was scared of the school board was scared of the parents were scared of the children, and the children ain't scared of nobody.
She ain't never lied. They don't got nobody answer to.
No, there's no fear. Bro, we just had it. Like I said, the most they can give kids here is 10 days. So we rationing out suspensions, bro. Kids just had to fight. They got 2 days for fighting because they can't if they give them 10 and they go back and fight, they can't get them out. But that's it, man. That's either here nor there, man. I appreciate it, dog. Like I said, we rushing. LMV had some choice words for us. I'm sorry, LMV. But I'm in street man cave down here. He got all these signed jerseys from all them ballers he got. He been interviewing, man.
Get on up out of here, man.
All right, man. Hey, y'all.
Make sure you hit what's up?
I was saying,
you got something for him?
Yeah, about 5 minutes. I'll be on 8:35. I'll be on Canes Talk Live. We'll be talking about the transfer portal. I know you got
you're in a space on Twitter, so if you want to just listen, you driving in the car and you can't watch a video, come holler at us.
Yeah, check it out, man. So with all that being said, we appreciate it. Peace, love, and head grease on this side, man. Street, you got
man.
Shout
out to my cousin, man. My cousin Bobo, man. Shout out to you, boy. Keep your head up, boy.
Bobo in the house.
Bobo. Bobo.
We on the corner of Bobo and Hayes Street. Loving it.
Out of here, man.
You gonna cut it off, or you just gonna let that thing ride?